Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Friends, welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone inside the Market Grill Express here at Hy-Vee off Highway 61 in the Pearl City. It is Thursday, the 12th of September. Chance for some rain in the forecast today. If you're watching this live in the morning, we don't want it to rain because tonight at 6 o'clock is the Muscatine High School Homecoming Parade, which will cruise down Mulberry. It's supposed to start at Grand Elementary School. It'll go down Mulberry, turn onto Bonnie Drive, and end up at the high school for coronation and everything. But we don't want the rain to get in the way. And I hope that it doesn't because my kids are really excited about it. And it's just part of homecoming week, but it's definitely something that the school district is paying attention to. And we'll try and keep you updated on social media as well. I want to mention a couple of things. Yesterday was September 11th, of course, and we were able to, along with the fine folks with Chapel of Praise Church, take food to the Muscatine Police Department and the Fire Department. And I just want to say, this is not about Hy-Vee's involvement, because we've only been donating some chicken for the last 3 or 4 years. These folks at Chapel of Praise, they've been feeding our firefighters and police officers on September 11th for nearly 10 years, and it's really a great effort on their part. You can see one of the pictures right there. That is from the fire department. It's kind of cool to be in the living quarters, if you will, of the fire department. And if you zoom in a little bit, Chad, I had jokingly said to the firefighters, you got to pose with the chicken. And two of the guys in the previous picture were holding some chicken, which is awesome. Muscatine Police on the lower level, you can see Chief Talkington. And right there in the middle, look at the chicken. I love that. So definitely a serious day, September 11th. And you think about all the police and fire and EMT workers in New York that ran into, the World Trade Center and saved lives, and some that lost their lives, a lot that lost their lives. And the Chapel of Praise Church, that's pretty cool that they've done that for 10 years. And I thank Gary and everybody for their efforts, and again, for asking us to play a small role. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Miles and Myron with Pizza Ranch also helped out. Somebody said, it's kind of weird that you mentioned that on Facebook that they helped. And I said, listen, it's not weird because it's all about taking care of people that answer the call, literally, right? When you call 911, those are the men and women that are going to be there to help you. So it was great to see everybody. And, I can't say enough about the work that, of course, all local fire departments, police departments, and EMTs do. The last thing I'll mention, two things quickly. We're hiring people today, again, if you're watching this, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m., looking for some open interview candidates. The goal is to hire 30 people, and I need 28 personal assistants, so this is good news. And I just need one bodyguard. I'm kidding. These are all part-time jobs throughout the store, various departments, from courtesy, which is bag and groceries. And quite honestly, and my store director and boss, Matt Schweitzer, would agree, the biggest job in the store is bag and groceries, because people are willingly coming to your store, giving you their hard-earned money, and the least that we can do is be friendly and bag their groceries for them. And I love when I get to do that. A lot of openings there. That's happening today from 11 till 3. And the last thing is, and we'll take the cart cam later towards the bakery, one of our cake decorators, Jody Fuller, who has been on this show and has one of the most viewed videos that we've ever posted on the Hy-Vee Facebook page. Jody will be heading to Davenport. There is a cake decorator competition at North Park Mall. Look for some pictures and videos on the Hy-Vee Facebook page. I'll be making my way up there to cover that. She's got a very cool design that she's working on, and I'll try and resist sampling all the cakes. Sir, these are prop cakes. You cannot stick your pinky in the frosting, so I'll try to not do that. All right, I promised that I did not book Mike Rankins with Land of Oz on today's show because it is National Video Games Day. I found that out this morning when I was sitting at my desk doing my homework and putting together my notes, that it is today, as a matter of fact, Mike, September 12th, National Video Games Day. It's great to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
So I just want to start. You were on the show for the first time. I don't know if it was February, March, April. It was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, it was right before we opened up the retail store.
Okay.
So I think it was around May.
Okay. Wow. Your memory is way better than mine is.
I believe it's, somewhere in there.
Okay. So from that time to now, I feel like, first of all, the fact that you're here is incredible because you're so busy with everything that Land of Oz is has done and is going to do, you've really experienced a boom in growth, and it's unbelievable. And it's not just the arcades or the pinballs, these dartboards, and I mean, I feel like, Mike, did you ever envision a couple of months ago that you would be where you're at today?
No, not really.
Sure.
Of course, we've always been kind of a small company. It's more of a personal thing, the building of the arcades, etc. But now that it kind of expanded, we're trying to grab a hold of everything and keep the wheels on it. It's kind of tough some days. We get home, sometimes at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, then, we work full-time jobs. So it makes it difficult some days, but it's all worth it.
I was going to say, it almost doesn't make sense that you guys are able to keep up with this demand. And then I see, and we've got the Facebook page pulled up, and this is very appropriate. So you, Mike, you had this partnership with The Great Escape, and it seemed like maybe just this week, The Great Escape, which they have a store in Davenport, they're going to start to carry, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're going to start to carry the Wizard dartboard systems that you guys build?
That's correct.
Okay.
So it'll actually be our dartboards, so the Wizard darts. They'll also carry all of our arcades. So
that's awesome.
Right now, I think they're starting with 4 or 5 models of the arcades. And then we also make it's called a marquee box or an arcade box. And it's lighted up, Asteroids, Galaga. So they're going to start carrying that as well.
It's
we'll have the whole
unbelievable.
corner of the store, or the one portion of the store, and they have 30 stores over around the Midwest, and we're going to start with setting up this one store, and then they're going to mirror it to the other stores throughout
So you're
the
going
Midwest.
to, Land of Oz, based in Muscatine, Iowa, will be in 30. Eventually, be in 30 Great Escape stores across the Midwest.
That's the plan. Yeah,
I hope you understand, if you're watching, how big of a deal that is to open up. First of all, to open up a retail business in town, which was a lot of work and resources and time, and then how did it work? I mean, did Great Escape approach you, or?
Yeah, actually, we had the COO of Great Escape and one of their main buyers come down to the store. They actually wanted to visit and see the product in person.
Wow.
They saw pictures online, of course. You never know with what when you're looking at a picture if it's the same quality as what you're going to look at when you actually touch it. And they felt really good about it. And then they made another visit down. They're coming from all different locations. So we had another visit and another meeting with Great Escape, and then they decided that was Land of Oz product was right for them.
It's so awesome.
It's going to be a good partnership.
I was going to say, and there's a great picture on your Facebook page of the Land of Oz vehicle. I don't know if you have a nickname for it. Land of Oz mobile, the happiness bringer.
My daughters call it the creeper van because it's the white Land of Oz. Before I had all the... that's why I had to get the artwork done right away on the van because they
called it the
like,
creeper
Dad,
van.
you can't drive that thing around like that.
I was gonna say like the happiness deliverer, because when you see the Land of Oz vehicle, you know that there is something pretty cool inside there.
Fun stuff.
The creeper van is awesome. There is a great picture on your Facebook page of the Land of Oz vehicle outside the Great Escape store in Davenport, and what an opportunity, right? And I just think it just speaks to the work that you guys do and that you've done. I mean, everything is top-notch quality down to some of the arcades that we're looking at, but those dartboards, and admittedly, right, I wouldn't be the first one to say that I play darts. I can't even tell you the last time I played darts, but I would be in the minority because people play darts all the time. There's leagues, and whether it's at a bar or a restaurant or in somebody's home, I mean, for sure, Mike, there are a lot of people that love playing darts, right?
Right. There's they claim there's around 17 million people in the United States that play darts.
Wow.
I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, so, kind of go back to the Great Escape thing for a second. So how this all came about, it's all the social media, Jay came to see us. He's one of the guys for the Great Escape. And he actually wanted a dartboard for his house. And then he started to present it to his group. And then they started looking at our other products as well.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went from there.
It just took off, and now you're going to be in all of the Great Escape stores, which is super cool. It's a big time growth, and then at the same time, so you've got these awesome dart systems, dart boards that are shipping across the country, now landing in the Great Escape stores. It could also be in your basement, by the way, if you're interested. And then I know that, based on the proximity of the Land of Oz store, you are across from Mustard Park and the skate park. And when you were here a couple months ago, you talked about how you kind of had this natural traffic from kids and people that would skateboard, but now that's also grown, right? As far as, you've always carried a lot of good, high-quality skater gear, but how has that expanded for you?
So, it's been awesome, seeing these kids come in the store. They're shredders, just like we were when we were kids, and kind of takes me back. I'm 40. We won't mention my age, but I'm old. So back when I was a kid, that's what we did. It was BMX, motocross, skateboards. So seeing these kids, it kind of takes us back to when the good times. And they come in the store every day. We'll have some kids just hang out in there.
Wow.
They wait on stickers and just stuff that we get in, and. So they'll skate in front of the store back and forth, and so we're actually going to expand that market. We're going to actually go take our back room. We've got about 600 square foot, and we're going to make that an entire skate shop. So that'll be really cool for the kids.
That's awesome.
We're also looking at putting together a skateboard team here in Muscatine for the Land of Oz.
Yeah.
So they'll be part of a group, and hopefully that'll help other kids that want to learn how to skate. I know sometimes it's kind of they get nervous and they don't know where to start. And we're kind of hoping that would bring all these kids together, and they can kind of teach each other and do those type of things.
And the good news is they're outside and they're together, right?
Right.
So
right.
and sometimes there could be, and I think that the 2 times in my life I stood on a skateboard, I fell. So I never skated, but I also understand that there can sometimes be this not fair or accurate perception of kids that are skating, right? They're outside and they're with their friends. Like, what else do you need?
Oh yeah, these
it's such a social benefit for them.
These kids get along. Really well. It's amazing to see. I see different groups of kids getting together all the time when they come into the store, and it's a pretty close group of kids. When you skate. That's probably like anything else, baseball, football, you kind of collaborate really well.
And at the same token, just like with any other sport, there's different, if you play baseball, you want to have the best bat, the best glove, and you're able to carry a lot of great decks and boards, and I don't know all the terminology, but you have so for the first timer, like if my oldest son Henry, say he wanted to skateboard, I could go to Land of Oz and know that you could point me in the right direction for what would make sense for him. So from the beginner to somebody that's been skating their whole life, you have something for everybody.
Oh yeah, we carry the protective gear.
Yep.
And like I said, everything from stickers to grip tape, and then we carry all the brands that are popular, and it was popular actually back in my day. Powell Peralta, Baker, Santa Cruz, Anti-Hero, Birdhouse. So we carry a ton of different brands. We plan to, right now we have about 60 decks that we carry in-house, but we plan to have close to 400 decks. We're going to have T-shirts, hoodies, beanies, you name it, kind of all the apparel that they're looking for. Somebody asked me if we can carry shoes, and I'm like, I know nothing about the shoe thing, so I'm going to stay away from it.
Mike, I think you're okay with everything else.
Yeah.
And again, what's nice is, there are not a lot of options locally to purchase this stuff. You'd have to go out of town or buy it online, so why not support local business?
Right.
And somebody that has experience in their life as a skateboarder. You can totally empathize with these kids and encourage them. Again, they're outside being active together. It's a good thing for sure. I want to talk about these remote control coolers.
The game day coolers.
Now, listen, I like technology. I love a good cooler. The combination of a cooler and a remote control car, whoever thought of that? Look at that. That is a real functioning cooler remote control car that you can drive like any tailgate. You would be the talk of the tailgate, Mike. Look at how those are fantastic. So how did you find those, or what's the story on that?
Actually, it was a friend of mine that he works for it's a plastic company that kind of makes or molds these.
Yeah.
And we started talking one day, and I said, man, that'd be cool. We could dress these things up, and do some different things with them. And now we have trailers that pull behind trailers, so you can actually strap your chairs to them. You can, desserts, whatever you want on the trailer.
So
and then
cool.
It's got a roof rack, and it's got 3 speeds of operation. So low, medium, high, reverse. They steer awesome. Running headlights, got Bluetooth audio in the back.
Wait, what is that? They have headlights?
Yeah, they have running headlights.
Can I ask, like, what is the cost on that? I have no idea.
They're so that's fully, whatever design you want on them. The actual car itself is $395, and the trailer is $149.95.
That is an awesome deal, and I'm assuming, and I don't want to assume, but we saw a lot of great options: Hawkeye, Bears, Packers. I think about, like, my boss here loves the Steelers. I'm assuming people's favorite teams. You could work with them, but then I wonder, like, selfishly, what if I wanted the Hy-Vee Today logo on a?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, you just send a lot of businesses. Actually, we're selling quite a few of these coolers. A lot of businesses are getting a hold of us to have their design actually put on the cooler. It's a nice promotional tool.
Oh, there's a video. I did not know this. This is super cool. Again, we're talking Mike Rankin's Land of Oz in Muscatine. That is a
so remote. It holds a 30-pack with ice.
What?
And it's
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, 5-hour charge on the battery, so you can run that thing a long way. And
oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So, and the pull, but I feel like the pull behind I didn't even know was something that was an available option. Look at how awesome that is. I promise you go to any tailgating anywhere.
Yeah, you'll be the coolest person there.
Right. People will probably think like, oh, this is a Terminator. It's happening. The rise of the machines. And you're like, no, don't worry. It's just a remote control cooler from Land of Oz. Look at how awesome that is. Oh, man, that is cool. So, again, when you started and you open up the retail shop, remote control cooler, probably not even maybe on the radar at the time.
Right,
but there it is.
Yeah, it was, we try to think of different designs, different products that you wouldn't see anywhere. And that's kind of the Land of Oz, it's about fun stuff. And if we can create it and people like it, we'll keep carrying, we'll bring in kind of the crazy stuff. And if somebody says, hey, check this out, or this looks cool to us, then we try to, we can try to create it ourselves and make it maybe a little bit better.
I want people to understand, like, the hands-on nature of your business. So, and I've spent some time at Land of Oz, and you guys, you and your wife and everybody that's helping. I mean, one of the last times, maybe one of the first times I was at the store, just like getting into an old pinball machine and replacing it. And I'm looking at this, and it's Greek to me, right? I had no idea and you're able to restore these pinball machines, and there's something about that, like taking something that was, in its day it was awesome, and then maybe it just got put in storage or out of sight, out of mind, and to kind of resurrect it. It's really cool to see that. And for me, as someone that is a child of the 80s and loves nostalgia, that's why I was so excited to get my own arcade game, because that speaks directly to me. But when we talk about these pinballs, Mike, like, it's unbelievable the intricate nature of how they operate. And whether people know that or not, they can at least appreciate the amount of work that it takes to get some of these back to functioning, right?
Yeah, so that Centigrade 37 you're looking at right there. Customer actually brought that down from West Liberty. They didn't know who to go to. They've had this thing's been, I guess, broke down for about 20 years. This was I think it was, gosh, I'm thinking it was a 1977 machine.
So cool.
And when they brought it down, they were looking around for people, somebody to work on this, so it's just been sitting. And come to find out, I went through this machine, pretty much rewired a lot of the machine,
Wow.
cleaned up all the mechs. As you see, that's inside the score reels.
That is unbelievable. Look at that.
So we went through this and
Yeah.
got it all working, everything, within a couple days it was back in his home. And then I was doing some research on this specific machine, and it come to find out that this was one of the rarest EM machines out there
That is so
that
cool.
he had sitting that was broke down, and that machine is worth $2,500 to $4,000.
Oh my gosh.
And he had no clue. So I
Yeah.
called him and I said, hey, you might want to hold on to that machine.
Right, don't let go of that
it's
one.
worth quite a bit of money.
You get to share in so much joy with this business, and again, to chase the dream and to open up a retail shop in Muscatine. You're bringing people to town. You're taking care of people in Muscatine, and then creating this relationship with places like the Great Escape. It's really exciting to see how far you guys have come and where you're going to go.
Right.
And right, if you play darts, you probably, and hopefully, and maybe this is the first time you're ever hearing a Land of Oz. That's fine. Like, this is in Muscatine. So if you're in Muscatine County, you play darts. You never thought you could go somewhere local to buy a dartboard or a system like that. It's just great. It's such a great story, and it deserves being told, and that's why you're here. And I would, of course, be remiss. The arcades are awesome. I love the one that we have at the house, and again, that seems like, Mike, and I see the posts on Facebook that you have with Land of Oz, and it seems like there's different styles of cabinets coming out for folk. That's the one that's in my basement, the old school Mario. But I love that there was like a 4-player NBA Jam that I saw you guys are working on. So that's really, there's no signs of slowing down. It seems like people are craving that nostalgia of the old school arcade feel, right?
Yeah, and we're trying to, we're doing some really kind of, they call it the holy grails,
Sure.
which was your Trons. Journey was another one. We just completed that. And the cool story with this is Journey's doing a residency out in Las Vegas right now.
Cool.
I think they're out there for 2 or 3 weeks. And a friend of mine is kind of friends with them, and he actually shared that picture on their Facebook page or their
Wow.
page, and the guys were in love with it. Probably at that time they, that was the height of their career in the 70s
sure.
when that was created. And chances are they probably don't even have their own machine anymore. So we're hoping maybe we can get these machines out to those guys so they can put those, in their homes as well. And
It's
those
super
type
cool.
of things that we try to, capture, and
Yeah.
we want to keep this alive. So
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of us left anymore. As far as the pinball goes,
Right.
there's maybe a guy or two in Chicago, and there's not many of us left. So
Well,
trying
it's
to
just
do
so
the
much
best we
work.
can.
Yeah, and you're doing. I mean, it's such a great. The story for me, right? I mean, the fact that you guys just took the step and did this, and then you look at these products and see that they're getting shipped across the country and making people so happy. There's a Paperboy
Yeah,
arcade machine.
That's coming.
Oh my gosh.
in December.
Look at the Ninja Turtle one. So I'll say this, Land of Oz, to be in Muscatine is really cool. The retail shop is awesome. And the reach that you're having as far as getting the product out there, it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down anytime soon. I mean, we're looking at, like Joust. Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, Joust.
That's
Defender,
crazy,
just
right?
Yeah.
And I'll say this, like I also know at the same time you've had some customers that have said, I'm looking for this type of arcade cabinet, and you're not opposed to making that happen, right?
No, we can. If you actually, there's a friend of yours that
That's right.
contacted
Sure,
us
yeah.
and said, "Hey, my favorite games were Defender and Dig Dug."
Right.
So we
So
actually
awesome.
we created a Dig Dug a long time ago. It was a couple of years ago, but
Sure.
The Defender this was the first time that we actually did this style of a Defender cabinet, but. That was his favorite game, so we figured, you know what, we're going to make it exactly like it was in, I think it was 82 or 83.
So awesome. All right, if you're watching, Mike Rankins, along with his wife Leanne, and I don't know if the team has grown with people helping, but
Yeah, we have we have a Green Bay team,
Awesome.
which helps a lot.
yeah,
We have four 4 employees up there.
Awesome.
We have Rick Mercer's a huge part of Land of Oz. He does a lot of work with the arcades.
Cool.
He helped, actually it was Rick and myself and my wife that designed the Wizard dartboards. And so we've got Rick and we've got Chris, and Chris is a huge part of our team. He helps a ton. Of course, my wife, and then we have an entire wood shop group that supports us and helps us get where we need to go. So
I just love the story. Again, it's so good for Muscatine to have you guys and a remote control cooler. I'm not saying that's the ceiling, because the dartboards and a great shot of the skateboard products. The remote control cooler is pretty awesome, and if only there was someone within an earshot that was a Steelers fan that could have his own remote control cooler one day. That would be pretty awesome. And then, if I do ever get into skateboarding again, at least I know you've got. Do you have a big and tall skateboard?
Okay. If we don't, we'll make one.
Could you just beef up the remote control cooler so they could just pull me to my tailgate?
We'll do a 2-stroke on it.
That's right. Yeah. I just like that the answer is never no with Mike at Land of Oz. All right. Very cool. So visit the retail shop. And for sure, if it's for your home or if you have a business and you're looking for some products, I know I'll just mention you did a total barcade installation in Marshalltown.
We did,
That's super cool.
That was a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So, Marshalltown's a couple, 3 hours from us.
Right.
And, so we had a lot of machines. We had, I think, 2 or 3 trailers full of machines. Yeah. And, of course, in a bar, things get beat up pretty good. So, with Land of Oz, we make sure that our equipment functions right, and we keep the quality up there. So
maybe we need to get an arcade in the Market Grill Express.
I think so.
It could have custom Market Grill Express decals on it. These are not. I've had worse ideas. Everybody, let the record state.
Yeah, there's a new one.
Look
Captain
at how cool
America,
that is.
And then we're doing an NBA Jam. It's a 4-player. It's phenomenal.
I can't tell you how much I love playing NBA Jam on my arcade.
Track and field. Yeah,
it's
there's
so
a lot of cool games.
So there's a lot of you're serving a lot of different markets for sure with Land of Oz, and it's all based in Muscatine, which is the best part of that.
That's right.
This is such a great business to have.
Started off in a garage.
Right. Started in a garage. Now you got the retail shop right at, what is it, 801?
Oregon Street.
801 Oregon Street, across from Musser Park. Mike and everybody with Land of Oz, friends of the show, friends of mine now. I'm so happy to just watch you guys continue to grow. And the fact that you're now in the Great Escape and coming to 30 Great Escape stores, and it's all that Muscatine connection. It's a really big deal. Muscatine already has so much industry, and we ship all this awesome office furniture across the globe. And you're kind of following that model. It's made in Muscatine, the help of the team in Green Bay on some of the stuff, and it's having this incredible reach. And I don't know, I just like being able to tell the story because it's a good one, and it's just very fitting. And I did not, like I said, I didn't know that it was National Video Game Day when I reached out to you to have you back on.
Well, that's perfect.
It is good timing though, right? So definitely get a hold of Mike and the crew. And it is a retail shop. I had to tell some people, it's not an arcade, but you can go visit it like you would visit any store. It's just a unique store. But not a place where you're going to bring a bucket of quarters also.
So we are planning on opening up an arcade. So this is going to be here. Actually, we'd like to do it now, but we're in the Western Mall.
Yeah.
And actually, I was talking to Brian Chick. Brian.
Yeah, I know Brian, of course.
So we were trying to expand, and we're trying to figure out, because we're running out of room, and we have to kind of get our stuff moving.
Yeah.
And Brian's working on that now to figure out how we're going to make that happen. So
there may be an arcade.
There will be.
There will be an arcade. Sure. How about that? That's kind of a hot take. That's maybe breaking news.
Yep. At some point here in the next 6 to 8 months, there will be an arcade.
Okay. Perfect. Well, if you ever need to put this mug on an arcade game,
I'll do
very low licensing fee. Don't worry. We'll cut you a good deal. Thank you, Mike. It's great to see you.
Hey, thank you so much.
How much could Muscatine benefit from an arcade, by the way? Right, absolutely.
Be good times.
That would be awesome. I love what Mike's doing. All right, Land of Oz on social media. Visit Land of Oz online. And yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic story. And now I feel like I need to convince my wife that I need a remote control cooler.
I think so.
Yes. Honey, I don't want to. I can't be tasked with carrying my own cooler anymore. Needs to be a remote control.
She can haul around those cakes on top of the cooler.
That's right.
It's a
yes.
great tool.
The kids would probably crash the remote control cooler on day one, but so far, knock on wood, the arcade is in great shape in the basement.
It's beautiful,
and we love it. And I've put some nerdy stuff on top of it, and I'm okay with that. Signed hoverboard from Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future is back there. I don't want to brag. All right, awesome. Very good. So we're gonna go aisle cam or cart cam. What do you think? Aisle cam, perfect. We'll get Mike out of here. Again, I don't know how he has time to be here. They're so busy, but we appreciate it very much. We'll check in with the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, and then we'll talk to Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer in just a second. So CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam set up in the dairy department, right? And I love that in that picture right there, you can see cookies and milk. Best friends since forever, right? If you're going to get milk, there's a nice little table of cookies right there. It's absolutely awesome. So feel free to stop by and check it out. And our dairy is just great. And I don't say that our dairy is great because Hy-Vee dairy manager Jim Haskin is my neighbor. I've known Jim before he was my neighbor, and he's awesome. And he runs an awesome department. Look at how good that looks. I mean, it's just uniformed and always full, and they do a great job, and we love taking care of people. Thank you, buddy. I love seeing you. Mike Rankins, everybody, Land of Oz. All right, we're going to get Matt Schweitzer in position here, and I wonder is Steve ready with the Toyota Muscatine cart camera? I told Steve, since we do have this cake competition coming up this afternoon, it would be appropriate to kind of stroll towards the bakery because one of our cake decorators, as I mentioned, Jody Fuller, who's been here for just a couple of years, it's also Jody's anniversary with her husband, 33 years of marriage, so happy anniversary to those guys. Jody is heading to Davenport, North Park Mall, big Hy-Vee cake decorating competition, and she is ready to go. And I'm going to take a drive up this afternoon to kind of document and cover her progress, and it would be awesome. And Chad, is Matt mic'd for sound right now? It'd be awesome if Jody won, wouldn't it?
Fantastic, and she is a talented individual.
I tell you what, Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer sitting down. You've been here for a couple months now. You have people like Jody and Jackie and Lainey, and I watch them work. They've come on the show. They've decorated stuff while talking to me. I can't even talk and text at the same time, and they're decorating cakes, wedding cakes, graduation cakes. There's Jackie. Isn't it incredible what they're able to turn out back there?
It is really cool. Basically, anything you ask them, they can do.
Like, they're making things every single day.
The secret is every morning I go back and I teach them some things. Because I am the most artistic person you'll ever meet.
That's what they would say, too.
Right.
And what I love is just, like, they're always willing to take that idea and make it a reality. And I mean it when I say it, right? And whether it's, like my birthday was last week, we just took a cake out of the case, and they wrote "Happy Birthday, Tony" on it or whatever. But at the same time, like over the years, they've been able to just totally wow me with kids' birthday cakes. And, my wife likes red velvet cake, and for her birthday and anniversary, they're just awesome. So I'm excited to see what Jody has in store, and I think she'll do a great job. All right, one of the things I wanted to talk about, you're here. We're kind of keeping an eye on the weather today. Muscatine Homecoming Parade starts at 6 o'clock, we hope, later today, Thursday the 12th. But then tomorrow, Matt, it is going to happen, rain or shine, and the weather should cooperate. The second kick for cash during halftime of the Muskie football game.
Isn't that exciting?
It was crazy the first time.
We almost won last week.
Right.
So close.
And I was talking to Jason Miller, Special Olympics, loaned a couple speakers for their golf event they had yesterday. And I was telling Jason about this, and he said, that's pretty cool. It's $1,000 if you make all three. And I said, no, it's $10,000. Right. And he couldn't believe it. He was like flabbergasted. Yeah. So again, at the Muskie football game tomorrow night, if you show up and you stop by the Discover Muscatine tent, sign up. Your name could be chosen at random to try and kick 3 field goals.
And I think what Matt will tell you that he learned from last time was a warm-up kick is a good idea. Because he made the second one easily. But it didn't count, unfortunately.
I was going to say, I don't know, and that's just it. Like, I don't know what to tell people that are going to go to the game. Like, do you have space and time to practice?
Bring in an extra pair of shoes.
Before.
Right?
like the kickers have that one weird shoe that they use. Yeah, so this is legit, and it's really exciting. So if it happens just like the first game, the band would perform, and then we'll kind of be in position tomorrow night. I can't believe tomorrow's Friday already. We'll be in position. We'll head out onto the field, and someone will kick for cash. And it's a 10, 20, and 30-yard field goal. And like you said, Matt Fillmore, I think was his name, who was our first contestant, he just missed the first attempt. Then he kicked it again, and it didn't count, and he nailed it.
Yeah, he had plenty of leg, man. He was gonna hit at least the first two.
It was really exciting, and that'll be happening again. Muscatine High School homecoming. Looking forward to. It'll be a big crowd too, right? So no pressure if you do get selected. Like
lots of fun on homecoming. So
yeah,
tell them how you register for the kick.
Yeah, you just got to get signed up. So there's this white tent. It's right next to where they sell all the Muskie apparel. So if you're looking for any Muskie sweatshirts or T-shirts, there's this tent. There's a selfie station, and the Discover Muscatine folks have the entry slips. So you sign up. It's sponsored by where we're sitting in here in the Market Grill Express. And then, towards the end of the second quarter, they'll pick the person, and Al Hilton, the PA announcer, will announce who it is. And we just ask you to meet us, and then we go out on the field.
And there's plenty of time to change your shoes at that moment. Let me bring them down.
Sure.
I'll bring a little stool so they can sit down.
It would be interesting to see someone maybe in sandals tomorrow. Yes. That's like, I could barefoot it, right?
I don't know.
I don't know how that would feel, but it's really cool to have an opportunity because it doesn't happen that often where you have a chance at winning $10,000.
Right.
And I mean, yes, you have to make 3 field goals, but I mean, there's no other opportunity. You're not going to, you have better odds at winning 10 grand than you do in winning the lottery,
Fact.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was telling somebody. I'm like,
and you have all today and all tomorrow morning to practice.
That's right. So you have a lot of time to get out on your respective fields and make that happen. It's wild to think that homecoming is here with school kind of just starting. I always liked homecoming and going to the homecoming dance. I don't know if I went to the homecoming dance all 4 years of high school, but it was always a good time. And did you go to a big high school, small high school?
I went to a small one. There were 50 in my class. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. You want to shout out your high school right now?
Newman Catholic, Mason City.
Woo, woo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I had 777 in my graduating class.
That's a little different.
Just a little bit of a different experience. I remember the first dance that I went to that was not homecoming. It was right when school started, and just being overwhelmed because there were people everywhere. Because my 8th grade graduating class, there were 40 of us. And at Oak Park River Forest High School, I think right now there's probably nearly 3,000 kids there.
That is just crazy.
So, but I love homecoming, and no matter if you're at a big school or a small school, it really brings people together, right? And that's where, like, if you're wondering why there's no traffic in Muscatine or in, near L&M, because I think it's their homecoming tomorrow, you can find everybody. Like, everybody will be at the game.
Yeah, it's cool that all the alumni comes back, and it's just like a cozy, good feeling.
And what's nice, again, for what you and I have both done career-wise, and now with me at Hy-Vee, I've seen so many people. And quite frankly, there's people sometimes that I only see at Muskie sports events or when there's large gatherings of folks. But it's just nice to know that you're going to sit next to somebody that you probably know, whether you've been in in Muscatine your whole life or just 7 years or so like I have. And they're just a good feeling, right? It's not going to be too cold, which is also nice and to the benefit of the person that could kick for cash. Because I imagine in a couple of weeks, we'll be sitting here in October, and it might be a different story.
It very well could.
You could be kicking in like sweatpants.
Once you get around Halloween, it gets a little...
I was going to say it gets a little dicey. All right, so that's really exciting. We're looking forward to it, and it's going to be a good time for sure. And then also something happening in the store tomorrow, Friday the 13th. A lot of really, really fun deals. One that I want to mention, talking about the bakery tomorrow only on Friday the 13th, a dozen glazed donuts for $3.99. And the thing about the Hy-Vee donuts is, there are people around the clock literally working overnight frying these donuts. So it's not a matter, and I would never accuse anybody of bringing in a donut frozen off of a truck and like baking it. But these are all, in the afternoon, the bakers are literally making the dough, they're cutting the donuts, and then they're fried. So if you came in tomorrow morning, Friday the 13th, say, I don't know, around this time, 12 after 9 a.m., those donuts were just made.
They're so good.
Right?
I have a problem with donuts. mean, I walk by the case back there, and my body automatically.
It's so tough, isn't it, when you see how good they are?
And you can smell them.
Oh, and I'm not a big fan of like pumpkin products, right? Like this is not a pumpkin spice latte, but I did try the pumpkin donut because it has the cream cheese frosting on it. And I think you could put the cream cheese frosting on anything, and it would be good. Like you could put it on a salad if you're not a salad person, and it would be fantastic. So, but to have 12 glazed donuts for $3.99,
it's ridiculous. That's enough to split,
right?
With one other person.
Yeah, we could go halvesies on it and just get some milk. And then a deal that we kind of teased on Facebook with the meat department, the ground beef. So this is one of those products that you talk about football season. It's getting into like making a chili, burgers, whatever the case may be. People go wild when you can blow out ground beef. And that's a 1 pound tube or roll of ground beef. It's 80% lean, 20% fat, and starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow, $1.99, and you can get 8 of them. I don't even know if I would need 8 myself, but I feel like I'm going to get 8.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. That's the item that goes with everything this time of year, chili and whatever you want to make.
Multi-purpose, for sure. I absolutely love it. So the whole store will be ready to go for Friday the 13th. You come in, no superstitions, right? Don't have to worry about walking under a ladder or any type of black cats in the parking lot.
I had a pumpkin hat on yesterday. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
I went back and...
You're wearing a pumpkin hat? Okay.
Nobody knew it was me.
All right. Are you going to do that tomorrow? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it could.
All right. And the one thing I want to mention is like our Aisles Online folks. So we're sitting here on Thursday, and Thursdays we go to Wapello with groceries, and that's a place that, you know, they had a local store that closed, unfortunately, and we've really picked up a lot of customers there, a lot of good feedback. So just a reminder, if you're in the Wapello area, but then at the same time, if you're in Muscatine, certainly, and Aisles Online is an option for you, I mean, it can really save you a lot of time, and there are folks right now in this store that are shopping orders and getting them ready. And as busy as people are, and you know this because I think you've used the Aisles Online a couple of times.
Yeah, dude, the app is so awesome. It's
right.
You just download it on your phone today and try it if you haven't, because it makes life so much easier for you. I guarantee it.
Create the list of the stuff that you need, and then trust that the team here is gonna do right by you. And they absolutely are awesome at what they do. You know, they really are. And what I was gonna say is tomorrow, Friday the 13th. They'll have a lot of orders to shop because we're heading into a very busy weekend, right? Iowa State on Saturday. That's in Ames. So if you're watching and maybe you're going tailgating out of town and you don't have time to get everything that you need, how about that convenience?
Yeah.
Shop all your tailgate stuff for you, and then you can just pick it up as you hit the road.
Well, and we were just talking about how everybody's going to be at the homecoming game tomorrow night.
You're right, absolutely.
So if you don't have time to shop tomorrow night, shop tomorrow during the day on your phone.
It's so awesome.
And pick it up before the game, take it home. And
it makes total sense.
Absolutely.
And then if you just don't want to drive all the way to Ames, you can sit right behind us or at any of these wonderful tables or booths, because we'll have the Iowa State game this Saturday, 3 o'clock. I got to tell you, the first Hawkeye game, which was a 6 o'clock game on a Saturday, my wife and I came out, we sat at the bar, and that appetizer buffet was awesome. And
for $10, you can't beat it.
I mean, there is no place else in Muscatine, bar, restaurant, whatever, that has an all-you-can-eat appetizer buffet.
And it's a good atmosphere. You can hear the game. And
yeah, it's a great idea, though. I mean, because it's one of those things like, you know, maybe I'll get some chicken wings. Oh, meatballs, okay. Maybe I just want to get a plate of carrots and celery.
It's for those people who can't commit to a certain appetizer.
That's right.
Because you want to try them
If
all.
you have commitment issues, an appetizer buffet is right up your alley. So that'll be ready to go at 2:30 till 6. Half-price draft beer is another awesome offering for the game, and $3 mixed drinks. Certainly Iowa State fans, there's a lot of them. And then at the same time, if you find yourself needing, you know, like I still don't have any Iowa Hawkeye shirts, but the good news is I could go buy 3 of them right now for like $22. And most places would charge you at least $20 for one shirt.
That's right, and it's going to be sweatshirt season, although it didn't feel like it yesterday.
Right,
but
this is true.
It's coming fast, so
yeah, you might as well. I mean, can you imagine getting 2 Hawkeye hooded sweatshirts for under $30.
It's super cheap.
Right. It's absolutely ridiculous. Last thing I want to mention, something that's happening today. So if we back up a little bit, as a matter of fact, if you're watching live, we'll commence this open interview process in less than 2 hours. So from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m., and I think we'll have a lot of people through the door, we're going to hire 30 people today. And that's exciting.
That is exciting.
It's one of the questions that you and I and everybody probably hears the most is, do you have any job openings? And the answer is yes, we do.
We do.
Right? And we're heading into that time of year when it gets very busy around the holidays. So this is an awesome opportunity. And I just like, Matt, that it's not just one specific department in the store that needs help. There's a lot of
There is
options.
something for everything. I mean, if you've never worked for Hy-Vee, you can work in the meat department or the salad bar or the kitchen or the gas station, and each one of those is a different experience. So it really fits to individuals' personalities and things like that. But like you said, we're going to a busy time. We need at least 30 more people on hand. Customers have been great to us here this late summer, and we need to take care of them. So we need 30 helpful smiles come in today, and we will talk to you, and you potentially tomorrow you have a job.
Right. It's that quick of a turnaround. At the beginning of the show, when I was mentioning the open interviews, one of those departments or positions is courtesy. And I have had the conversation more often in the last 4 months than I have in almost 2 years of being here. Bagging groceries is the most important job in the store.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, maybe outside of like the donut fryers that are making happiness every day. But when you talk about that, because sometimes, and it's not that often, but sometimes people think, wow, bagging groceries, I love it.
Yeah.
When I get called to help, I know that I'm going to show up and take care of people because, again, they're choosing to drive to our store, park, get out, come in, grab the stuff that they need for their family, and then here's their hard-earned money.
Right.
So guess what? I'm going to be there, and I'm going to take great care of you, and that's a big deal to you as well. I mean,
you're absolutely right. It's the last person you'll see in my store, and I want it to be a great experience. And I'm with you. I love bagging groceries. I wish I could do it all day long, and I would if I could. But it's the opportunity to actually talk to people and to make sure that their trip was good, and that we'll help them out to their car. And it's that extra step of service that you get at Hy-Vee that you don't get other places. And I think it's a really cool thing. So yeah, when you see that job opening, I'm looking for anybody. I mean, good, happy, smiling people that want to come in and do. They're nice short shifts or long shifts, whatever you want. A lot of retired people, that'd be a good job for them.
Absolutely.
Or kids coming out of high school or in high school currently. We hire all ages and all types, and it's just a fantastic position. I'm glad you brought it up because it is.
Yeah,
I'm not lying when I say it's my favorite job.
It's a big deal. Yeah. And as a store director, you literally had to work in every department throughout the store as you're prepared to have your own store. So you can attest to that and understand how important it is when you see somebody up front. And it can be as simple as 2 days ago, bagging groceries, and a lady said, you know what? I forgot an 8-pound bag of ice. Boom, I was off.
Yeah.
As fast as I could. And it's just nice that we still have these human interactions at Hy-Vee because, again, other places, you might not see anybody.
Well, and I like it because I can ask them, hey, how was it?
Right.
And
sure.
I'm looking for an honest answer because I want to improve. I want to improve the store and the experience. And so when you tell me something like that, I like to hear it face to face, and then we can work on fixing it. It might not be tomorrow or the next day, but knowing is 90% of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
And with, a day like this where it may rain, I love that we've got the umbrella service and all these super cool Hy-Vee umbrellas to walk people out. And yeah, it's a big deal. So if it's you or someone you know that's looking for an opportunity, today's the day. But even if you can't make today happen, just reach out, send a message to the Facebook page or call the store. And I'm assuming that, unless we are able to find 30, 40 people today, there's always an opportunity as we get into that holiday season to bring in some more people. And I had a friend of mine reach out yesterday that was like kind of looking for some part-time stuff after 4 o'clock at night. I was like, just tell me where you want to go. Like, I already know you'll be a good addition. So,
well, and that's the thing. A lot of people think that we're interviewing them, but you can interview us too. I mean, tell us what you want to do and what you're looking for, and we probably have that job somewhere in the store.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's nice to have that and to be at a place where the help is needed. And, I'm telling you, bagging groceries, big deal. I mean, it really is, and it is when it gets busy. But it goes by quick, and people are literally happy because they're leaving with a cart full of awesome stuff at great prices.
Absolutely. Plus, I'm able to keep an eye on Sherry.
Right. Yes, Sherry. You have to watch Sherry. You learn that quick.
That's really why I bag groceries, is just so I can make sure she's under control, right?
The amount of people that will wait to go through Sherry's register is crazy, isn't it?
It is.
They wait, and they're like, "You can come over here," and they're like, "Oh no, no, I'm waiting right here."
I think she's giving discounts or something.
I don't know what it is. Well, she's always asking for scotcheroos. Or cookies, and sometimes these customers, they give her stuff.
Yesterday, she got a candy bar. I think it was a Kit Kat. Yeah.
She got...
And I'm like, wait a second.
I don't understand.
I haven't gotten a candy bar. But
nobody's giving you a candy bar.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what it is about her.
Either.
She's charming, that Sherry. All right, we'll get Matt out of here. Come and see us for sure. If you're looking for a job today on the 12th, Thursday, 11 to 3. And then, if you are at the Muskie homecoming football game tomorrow, the Market Grill Express Kick for Cash at halftime, you'll see us on the field. Somebody will have a chance to win $10,000, which is awesome. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on the Discover Muscatine Facebook page. Those guys doing a good job. And, I want nothing more. Both of us, we want somebody to win.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Because it's not coming out of our pocket. I mean, it's a pretty cool setup. So, can you imagine if the next 3 home games, we just had 3 winners? That would be
awesome.
wild, right?
I'm not going to tell you where I'm keeping the suitcase of cash.
Perfect. Okay.
There is one.
It's not under the table for right now, so that's good. All right, we'll let Matt get out of here. And, again, get to the football game tomorrow if you want a chance to kick for cash. It's awesome. The only stipulation is you can't have been a high school or college kicker. I think that's it, right? You can't be Nate Kading and show up and go, I may have kicked for the Hawkeyes.
He'd probably still miss it.
Yeah, well,
under that pressure on homecoming night.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to psych everybody.
I know.
With the crowd cheering.
All right. One time, Nate, and I don't want to talk bad about Nate Kading because he's in the area, but his first season in the San Diego Chargers. Yeah, but he missed a field goal in the playoffs.
Can you imagine the pressure?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, me out there trying to kick a field goal in front of all the homecoming crowd.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
And the guy, Matt Fillmore, the first time we did it, he was wearing jeans, and the second attempt he nailed. In jeans!
That's a good point. Maybe a change of pants would be appropriate, too.
Okay,
I mean, you got to think big. If you're going for this $10,000.
So part of it is we'll have a shoe option and shorts or sweatpants available for you. I mean, so if you're thinking that maybe wearing sweatpants to the Muskie game is a bad idea, fashion-wise, it could translate into $10,000 because it would give you more range of motion.
It could be your best money-making idea you've had.
Right, that's right. I think we need to get into the sweatpant business is what we're getting at. All right, very good. So we'll see you if you're watching Friday Night Lights at Muscatine High School. That's going to be awesome. All right, I want to mention also going on today, Thursday night steak dinner. So, if you don't want to cook dinner and starting at 4 o'clock, you don't have to, right? You can have your steak and eat it too here at the store. We'll get you taken care of. It's really easy and affordable, and it all looks good. So 8 ounce, 12 ounce, what's your size of steak preference? 12 ounce for me, for sure. Because I feel like if I get a 12 ounce steak and I don't eat it all, guess what? Leftovers, hello, right? That's great. I'm not that smart, right? You could also do that. Get that 12 ounce steak, you eat all of it, that's awesome. You have leftovers, even better. Can't beat it. I want to say hi to people watching on Facebook. Rita, Greg, Kirk, Casey, Cody, Jake, Megan, Beatrice, hello, Corey, Colleen, Sue, another Corey, Adam, everybody that's been with us at some point today. Thank you very much. I see it right here. Appreciate you watching and your support for sure, so thank you for that. I didn't send the Friday the 13th ad. I'm realizing that. And you know what? Steve, could you do me a favor? Near the floral entryway, there's those racks with the ads on it. Could you grab me an ad? Is that fair? Because I'll just show y'all, because I don't want you to miss out on it. And the donut deal, I mentioned that. That's really exciting. 12 donuts, $3.99. The meat department deal is awesome. And there's a couple more really good ones. And it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. So while we wait for that, and I appreciate Steve doing that, I want to mention the ad that was inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper, because you talk about another great option for dinner, and $5.99 for any of the burgers on the menu here at the Market Grill Express. That's really exciting, y'all. Those burgers are fantastic. They're so fantastic, I almost got choked up right there. So these are hand-pattied, little secret seasoning in the mix. Could be the mac and cheeseburger, could be your standard, regular cheeseburger. Could be a bacon cheeseburger. Is this when I get the key to the Wilton Candy Kitchen? Is that what's happening right now? Am I getting surprised? Hi, Lynn. That's awesome. So check that out. That was inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper. It's a great opportunity to have one of the burgers here on the menu, $5.99. You'll love it. I promise you will. Also on that ad, we talk about the flu shot. Yeah, right. I got the flu shot. You saw the video. Cold and flu season's here. I feel like when school starts, cold and flu season ramps up. Not that schools are germy, but you get a lot of people back together. Colds and things can ping pong around. And influenza. Thank you, sir. You're marvelous. Ooh, 2 for the price of 1. Get the flu shot. Get the fuel saver. I am not ashamed to admit that my gas light is on in my car because I work at a place with a gas station. And I'm going to redeem that 46 cents on my fuel saver. This is what I'm talking about right here. And thank you to Steve for grabbing this. This is the Friday the 13th ad that is featured. This is inside your Discover Muscatine newspaper. And you can kind of see these deals that are good. Tomorrow only, right? How about Hormel Always Tender Whole Boneless Pork Loin, $1.28 per pound. You can see Dole Iceberg Lettuce, 68 cents. That doesn't even make sense how cheap that is. That's great. A little bit of milk, half gallons of milk for 77 cents. Frito-Lay's chips, $1.58. Freschetta pizza, $2.99. If you need some toilet paper, it's in there. The Hy-Vee salads, 99 cents. Chinese one entree meal, $3.99. How about the donuts I mentioned? Those are right there. And then if you find yourself needing a 30-pack of Muscatine water, Busch Light, or who buys Busch? I just noticed that it says that right there. That's on the other side, isn't it? Stinking cameras. Busch or Busch Light? I mean, the majority, you're buying a 30-pack of Busch Light, not Busch Heavy. But that's a good combo right there. I need a 30-pack of Muscatine water and some donuts. Well, for just about $20, you can have your donuts and wash it down with a nice Busch latte. So that's awesome. And then, on the front of this ad, I'm just going to tell you, the 12-ounce, this is my favorite steak that we have, the Choice Reserve New York strips. So the 12-ounce is $5.79. The 8-ounce steaks are $3.88. That's the cheapest price I've seen on those. And I promise you, I will buy at least a dozen of the 12-ounce steaks at $5.79. Grill them, meal prep them, whatever you need. They're fantastic. I don't even know how that price is possible, but they're just legit. So don't miss out on that either. This ad inside the Discover Muscatine newspaper. All right, very good. Are you just here? Are you booked on? You're not booked on the show, right? This is good timing. Lynn with the Wilton Candy Kitchen's here, and now we're gonna book him back on the show. Darn it, we love the Wilton Candy Kitchen. You probably didn't know that we moved the set in here, right? Thank you. It's good to see you. I like that guy. You too, buddy. Great to see you. We love our friends in Wilton and the Wilton Candy Kitchen. All right, what else can I tell you? Wine and Spirits Wine Flyer. I'm at the point in the show where I feel like I need to stand up for a second. Sorry. It's my cross to bear being a tall person, sitting for a while. All right, Wine and Spirits Wine Down Flyer. So these are in the entryway. Great opportunity to buy some wine. Don't forget, if you buy 6 bottles or more of any type of wine in Wine and Spirits, you save 10% off. So say you wanted to get, 6 bottles of Arden Creek Wings, or 6 bottles of Woodbridge or Apothic or Rosada Moscato d'Asti or the Serena, 6 bottles of wine, 10% off. Great selection. Biggest selection in Muscatine County by far at Wine and Spirits. I mean, they just got it going on. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's Kayleen and her team are awesome, and I appreciate their efforts to bring you great deals and good products. All right, I was going to try and peek at the guest list because I was going to try and tell you who's on the show tomorrow, but I don't remember. I know that we've got one more show, and tomorrow's Friday the 13th, so hopefully you're not scared. I think I've got it right here. Tomorrow we will talk to... Oh, right, okay. This is exciting. A first-time guest tomorrow with the Muscatine VFW Post 1565. Chad Boisel will be here talking about the VFW And I was excited to book Chad for the show and to talk about the fact that, the VFW, Muscatine VFW, is a place that you could go, when they've got lunch or dinner available. They've got a bar you can hang out at, certainly available for all veterans, right, throughout Muscatine County. But, I've been down to the VFW and had dinner, and they have karaoke and different events down there. So that's great. That'll be Chad's first time on the show tomorrow. We look forward to talking to him and definitely supporting the VFW. So with that being said, just looking at my notes, I think we're good. Yeah, I want to say, again, a thank you to the Chapel of Praise Church here in Muscatine for feeding the Muscatine Fire Department and the Police Department yesterday on the anniversary of September 11th, 18 years ago. Chapel of Praise has been bringing food to police, fire, and EMTs for the past 10 years, which is awesome. And for the last 3 years, this Hy-Vee has donated some chicken. And Matt Schweitzer, who you just saw on the show, and myself, we met the group at the police and fire station yesterday. That was awesome. I appreciate their efforts, and the fact that they did that is great. And they will continue to serve them. So good job to those folks, and hopefully, everything went smoothly yesterday. It's just great, again, seeing folks on the both police and fire departments, because they do a fantastic job, and that's a tough job, right? And sometimes it unfortunately can be a thankless job, and it shouldn't be. So recognizing them yesterday in a small way was very nice, and you can see the pictures right there from the police department and the fire department. I just like the Tony Keys, Detective Keys, wearing a Raiders shirt. He's I was gonna say he's the bald one, but there's a lot of them. So Tony has the white shirt on. You can see Chief Talkington, and then there's Tony Keys with the Raiders shirt on, right? Isn't that great? So he's the one Raiders fan in Muscatine. We found him, and I like Detective Keys a lot. He's a good guy, and I can kid with him. It was great to see him. Thank you to our pal Mike Rankins with Land of Oz. What a good story. I'm happy that Mike is my friend, and Mike and his wife Leanne, right? I mean, as much as we talk about Mike, Leanne is working her tail off. Pinballs, dart boards, these arcades. I mean, that is a great story. And that's an example of two local people doing something pretty cool, right? They have full-time jobs, they have a family, right? And they took this hobby and have made it into a business. And business is booming for them. And I stand nothing to gain from having him on the show other than a good friend and telling the story. And it deserves to be told. I mean, they put in a store, right? I mean, there's not too many of us that will take that leap and turn something into a business. And, I mean, they renovated that space at 801 South Oregon Street and the old Western Mall, which is awesome. And I'm very happy for Mike and everybody with the Land of Oz. And when we moved, I was able to purchase an arcade. I've always wanted one. 36. It's great. It's my favorite part of my basement, the arcade and the sectional couch. And what else do I need, right? It's awesome. Yeah, there's a beer fridge too, Steve gesturing. Can't forget that, right? And now I could get a mobile beer fridge with the remote control coolers. So that's an awesome story. I'm very happy with those guys and happy for them and the work that they've done. They're bringing people to Muscatine, right? So the example is I've been in town 7 years, found out about Land of Oz, became friends with Mike, purchased an arcade, and it's awesome. It can serve people that are here, but to have something that is unique and to bring people from out of town to Muscatine, that's awesome. Fran Riley with KWQC TV6 was in Muscatine yesterday doing a story about Chris, who does some painting in downtown, and he's painted like the big Muscatine sign with the bridge and the clamor, and he's doing some painting at the Wild Thing, which is a fantastic, by the way, I gotta say, another shout out to a local business, the Wild Thing. I hadn't been in there, and I was very impressed, and it was great to see Fran Riley come to Muscatine and cover that story, right? We love a good story like that, because we all know if we're here, we know that there's a lot of good going on in Muscatine, certainly. And sometimes it takes Quad City News coming down and shining a little light on what we already know. And that was a great story. And a lot of people were sharing it on Facebook. And I hope that you'll maybe you'll appreciate that even more, those paintings. One of the paintings, and I didn't even know that on the back side of the National Pearl Button Museum, there was that super cool painting. So I saw that for the first time on the news, and I was just at the National Pearl Button Museum a couple weekends ago because my mom wanted to check it out. So definitely great to have Fran Riley here in Muscatine. And covering that story, just like with Mike Rankins and his wife and their business, Land of Oz, another good story. And thanks to Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer for joining the show. Always good to chat with Matt. Ready for a fun weekend with Friday the 13th sale tomorrow. Good deals across the store. That meat department ground beef deal, that is not on here. So just a heads up, you can see that on Facebook, but just know starting tomorrow, Friday the 13th, 8 a.m., $1.99. 1 pound rolls of ground beef, 80% lean, 20% fat. Limit 8 per person. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then Muskie football tomorrow. We'll talk more about that. And looking forward to big Iowa State game on Saturday. All right, I think we're good. Thank you for watching. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and team staffing. Come out to the store. We'll get you taken care of. Maybe you saw the pumpkins we talked about yesterday. Still got them. Great looking selection of mums out there. Maybe tomorrow I'll grab one of the mums, bring it in and show it to you because those look awesome and can be a quick way to spruce up the front porch or outside of your home, right? Definitely worth checking out. And keep an eye on the Hy-Vee Facebook page. Updates coming this afternoon from the cake decorating contest in Davenport, which will have our own Jody Fuller on location taking care of that. So very good. All right, thanks to everybody for watching on Facebook. I just saw my buddy Casey O'Kelly popped on, checking it out. Everybody that's tuned in on Channel 5, we appreciate you as well. And go check out. And how about Mike Rankins? Kind of had some breaking news. An arcade coming to Muscatine. I think it's a great idea. 10 years ago, would you have ever thought that putting an arcade in town would make sense? I'm telling you, the nostalgia is real. I will totally support an arcade coming to Muscatine, and I meant it when I think we should put one of their arcade games here in the Market Grill Express. Why not, right? Makes sense. Have something for the kids to do. We've got the space. Have to work that out with Mike. And yeah, we kind of had that. You heard it here first, everybody. We'll keep you updated on that story. All right, thanks for watching. Let's hope that we don't get rained out for the homecoming parade tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow with Chad Boisel with the Muscatine VFW right here on Hy-Vee Today. Email me if you need anything, hyveetoday@gmail.com, or call the store, 563-264-2420. We're good. I've talked enough. Goodbye, everybody. National Video Game Day.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah, man.
This Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.